Hi, I'm Doug Buens with the 680 blog. Today I'm going to answer a question that I've been getting asked quite a bit recently, which is, Doug, is it a good time to buy a house right now? My answer is, of course it is. It's a great time to buy a house right now. And I'm not just saying that because I sell them. But if you are thinking about buying a house right now, I think it's important that you meet these three criteria. Number one, that you have a stable job. If you're in a stable industry and your job is stable and the prospects look good, it's a great time to buy a house. If you work for Chrysler or coach the Raiders, for example, maybe not so much. But if your job situation is stable, it's a great time to buy a house right now. Number two is credit. If you have strong credit and a good track record and high FICO scores, it's a great time to buy a house right now. If your credit's not so good or you've had some setbacks, perhaps not. It might be a little more difficult to get really good financing right now. And the third thing is your time horizon. If you have a longer term time horizon, 4, 5, 6 years or more, it's a great time right now. However, if you may need to sell your house in the next 6 months or a year, or you might get transferred in that time frame, perhaps it's not a great time to buy a house. So a lot depends on you. But what else makes it a great time to buy a house right now? Let's take a look at that. Number one, they're on sale. Prices are down 30, 35, 40% or more in a lot of the East Bay neighborhoods and cities. So it's a great time to buy a house right now. Take advantage of the opportunity. It's like Black Friday on steroids right now for the housing market. So yes, there's some incredible deals out there right now. Number two, there's tax credits. The government's throwing money at you to buy a house right now. They just extended the first-time home buyer tax credit through April of 2010, and they added a provision for people that aren't first-time home buyers. If you already own a home, you can get a tax credit for buying another property. So the government wants you to do this, and they're willing to pay you to do it in essence. So take advantage of that. The third thing is interest rates are incredibly low right now. Most conforming interest rates under 729 loan amount right now are 5% or better. I'm seeing most of them coming in the high 4% range right now. That's incredible. I just had a client close on a house and they got a 15-year fixed rate loan for 3.75%. Now they paid some points to get that, but that's an incredible interest rate. And they're going to be very, very financially well off in the future as a result of it. Lastly, it looks like we've hit the bottom of the market. There's a lot of demand now. Starting March, April of this year here in the East Bay, we've seen a lot of buyer demand in the marketplace. And we're seeing multiple offers now in many of the neighborhoods that were hardest hit. So there's signs that we've hit a stabilization point. Does that mean we're out of the woods and the market's clear sailing for now? Not necessarily. There's still some trouble spots economically, but clearly from a demand standpoint, the market appears to have stabilized. And that's good news. It's a great time to buy when you know the market has hit a stabilization point, or you're reasonably certain it's hit a stabilization point. So it's a great time to buy a house right now. You should be out looking immediately. And if you want to reposition your assets, if you want to move up into a neighborhood you've always wanted to live in, or strategically downsize, it's a great time to do it right now. And if you're a first-time buyer, what are you waiting for? This is a fabulous time to buy a house. So I hope you take my advice and take advantage of the opportunities out there today. This is Doug Buens, the 680 blog.